If everything around you seems dark, look again, you may be the light. Thank you. These lines were written by the great Sufi poet Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi, and I myself am a humble adherent to the timeless message and wisdom of the Sufis who espoused love, tolerance, and humanity. Slightly more recently, I mean, if you look at Rumi, Rumi is 800 years, 900 years. Before that, we have other Sufi mystics. But slightly more recently, my own story begins. So I'm not going to say I'm 800 years old, but I think our souls are eternal, right? Don't you agree that the soul is imbued with eternal consciousness? And that is why when you speak from soul to soul, the message is very, very powerful. So now about 3 decades ago, 3.5 decades ago, my own story in this field begins. It was a winter night in Delhi, and you know Delhi winters are very cold. And I found myself in a world yet not completely full with cars and ambient noises from air conditioners, hearing a sound almost a mile away, a very mellifluous, attractive sound. And then I decided to explore further. I was around 11 years old. I had been exposed to music since the age of 7. I started training in music. My family of ardent aesthetes and music lovers made sure that I was exposed to every genre of music possible. But what stuck with me, what stayed with me, was the raga music. Most people, they don't vibe with the idea of long-winded improvisations based on some scales they don't understand. But I found myself often transfixed by it. Now walking towards this sound, crossing railway tracks, narrow alleyways, roads, yet not completely crowded with flyovers and red lights, I arrive at the Sufi shrine of the great and beloved Saint Nizamuddin Auliya. I take my shoes off, I walk inside, and what do I see? I gaze at the qawwals. These qawwals whom I had only ever seen on TV, the black and white recordings on Doordarshan, and of course, cassettes and LPs belonging to my parents. My eyes saw, my ears listened, and my being absorbed. So what was the qawwal? The main Ustad Sahab who was sitting there and singing. What was he singing? That became the motto of my life. So these were the lines which the qawwal was rendering. मुझे आपने बुलाया, ये करम नहीं तो क्या है, मेरी बिगड़ी को बनाया, ये करम नहीं तो क्या है, मुझे आपने बुलाया, ये करम नहीं तो क्या है, मेरी बिगड़ी को बनाया, ये करम नहीं तो क्या है, निकला हूं जब भी धूप में ले नाम तुम्हारा, पड़ रहमतों का साया, ये करम नहीं तो क्या है, ये करम नहीं तो क्या है. You called me to your doorstep. If this is not divine grace, then what is? You made me yours. If this is not divine grace, what is? Whenever I have left my home and ventured forth into the harsh afternoon of this world, the cooling balm of your grace always enveloped me with its mercy. If this is not divine intervention in anybody's life, then what is? So very much like Hazrat Maulana Rumi, there has been a very time-honored understanding that the universe didn't just spring forth from nothing and will go back into the nothing. Clearly, without something, there is nothing. To quote Rumi again, he says, "Hech cheeze khud ba khud cheeze na shudh." Nothing does not become something by itself. It needs a catalyst. Hundreds of years later, the Sufi Baba Bulle Shah, what does he say? He says, "Bulle Shah, jaag bina dudh nahi jamda, bhave laal hove kad kad ke." You can boil and boil and boil the milk, but it will not become curd, it will not become yogurt until the right culture is introduced into it. So the guru, thank you, introduces the right culture into your heart. And so without the guru, there is really no way forward. So listening to these lines, I was sold. At that age, I didn't really understand the musical nuances or the complexities of the sounds I was encountering. But somehow over time, as I listened repetitively, my aural senses were completely subsumed by this music. One very amazing, spectacular thing started to happen. And what happened? That without being trained in the language and without being trained in even the music at that point, I started understanding it as if my inner self had a knowledge which I did not have access to previously. But the music opened up something and allowed me to go within and find it. तो वो कहते हैं ना कि सारे सवालों के जवाब उन सवालों में ही हैं. So the answers lie within the questions you ask, both to others and yourself. So the way is definitely inside and not necessarily always outside, and that is the Sufi way. So I felt a wonder, I felt a curiosity and a deep attraction. And listening to this Sufi music, what I wanted to do in life crystallized within me. I told my mom, Mummy, अभी मेरे पायलट बनने के लिए पैसा बचाने का ख्याल छोड़ दो. मेरे को तो कव्वाली गाने का है. Of course, she was very alarmed. But my parents really supported me. And today I stand before you. And later on, I will also hopefully regale you with some music. So what is this Sufi music? Very briefly, Sufi music के बारे में लोगों के बहुत सारे, खाम ख्यालियाँ होते हैं. What is Sufi music? It's great to know how to define things. So, very, very simply, the early Sufis would say that which makes you remember your creator is music. That which takes you away from the creator is just noise, is ambient noise. So when these vibrations, the inherent vibrations in the musicality of this music really get imbibed by us, when we imbibe them, when we interiorize them, then something amazing happens. The vibratory frequencies take us, as I said earlier, inward, on an inward journey to discover the secrets of our own being. Surely, to know yourself is to know the divine. To know yourself is to know the divine. So when we have arrived at that moment, we can say that we have encountered the vibrations of pure light. Light has no shadow. Light has no doubt. And when you arrive there, you feel something like a joy, like an energy which you've never felt before. Now, when you want to quantify, to qualify, to define this for others, somehow creative people develop a grammar, they develop a narrative, they develop art, music, culture, language, poetry. And this is the language of love. So when you want to express those inner vibrations, you can do it only and only through the language that is known as the language of love. And let me share with you how the Sufis did it. एक बड़ा अच्छा शेर आपकी नज़र करूँगा. मोहब्बत मानियों अल्फाज में लाई नहीं जाती, मोहब्बत मानियों अल्फाज में लाई नहीं जाती, ये वो नाजुक हकीकत है जो समझाई नहीं जाती. Love cannot be explained. Love cannot be brought into words. It can only be experienced. Once, Khwaja Nizamuddin Auliya was traveling towards the city of Badaयूं with his friends, companions and disciples. On the way, he stopped in a field. In the field, he saw that it was all barren because it was drought. And a farmer was taking out water from a well to encourage himself because he had to work very hard as the level had gone down very deep. So he was saying, Bara layyo, Ram manayyo, Bara layyo, Ram manayyo. May Lord Ram be pleased. May the rain come back. So Nizamuddin Auliya said, look how beautifully this simple man calls out to his Lord, how spontaneously he invokes the divine. surely his prayers will be accepted. So Amir Khusro immediately quotes an ayat. He says, Ala ba zikrullahi tatma'inal qulub. Yes, Master, surely the repetition of the name of the divine is like a soothing balm for the hearts. Then Nizamuddin Aulia does something extraordinary. He looks at Mia Samad bin Ibrahim, who is the founder of the Delhi Gharana as we know it today, the great musician. And he says, Mia Samti, ek kaam kijiye, in dono misron ko jod ke ek bandish banaiye. I would like you to join these two, Bara Layyo Ram Manayyo and Allah ba zikrullahi tatma'in qulub, and make me a song in my favorite raga, in my favorite mode. And I would like you to sing this at the Sufi shrine, at our Sufi dargah, so that people who come there, whether they are Hindus or Muslims or belong to any faith, they all come and understand that the divine is one, but the ways to the divine are many. So this is the work of the Sufis. This is how the learnings from those vibrations of love and light were actualized. And why is it that generation after generation, all of you people, aap sab Sufi music ke diwane hain, you love Sufi music, because this is the timeless message of the Sufis. And as Khwaja Gharib Nawaz of Ajmer says, love towards all, malice towards none. So I will quickly sum up with because the theme today is the light and the shadow, and I am Dhruv Sangari, also known as Bilal Chishti, a humble interpreter of the Sufi melodies and the Sufi songs which deal with both the light and the shadow. I will end with a quote from, once again, Maulana Rumi. He says, between the light and the dark there is a field. Between the light and the dark there is a field, and in this field when these two seekers meet, bestowing upon each other their wisdom and experiences, and each other in deep respect they greet. When this encounter has taken place, it may be said, a pure exchange has been made. When this encounter has taken place, it may be said, a pure exchange has been made, and then all darkness, all light, all notions of good and bad, and everything we believe in, and even that place, they disappear without a trace. So here we are, my friends, today, in this place, in this karma bhumi, in this field, between the darkness and the light. We meet in this nebulous field to exchange ideas, to greet each other with love and respect, and to take time out to share and give each other a fair hearing. And I hope we can keep doing that. So let us rekindle the hope, the joy for a bright future, a melodious future, and a future which we will all share in. Thank you very, very much.